small little group for a big project like this. It's a small group but a very significant group. To feel happy that we have brought to completion one of the projects that we very much had in mind, and this was thought of, as it was rightly said, for some years. It just happens to be that it's during my time that we pushed it forward and said we have to do it now or never, and that's how it has come to be. And I'm glad that we have started generating power through this solar project. You know, it's also a learning experience, not just saving on power. The bills that we get, our electricity power bills go about 1 crore every year, and for us to handle that, it's quite difficult in the institutions. And yet, it's not just that, but to give a learning experience to students. I want many of you who are heads of institutions here who would bring your students to see the project, to see what exactly is happening. Make it a learning experience, because this has to be again multiplied in different ways by people all over to save energy, save non-renewable energy, which should not be exploiting our earth. This is the problem in our world today. There are resources which are non-renewable and they are scarce, and yet those are being exploited not just for need but for greed. And that is how we have come to think of the scientists and those who are into this renewable resources sector. They are thinking of new and newer methods of using solar energy. Someday, it's not just solar, wind energy and biothermal energy and things like that, but I'm sure they'll be finding some source from lightning, God knows what. I'm sure there is a lot of research being done, and our students should start thinking, yes, we need to save our earth. And in this direction, definitely Isha Soul Green Turn has provided us with something extraordinary. Not just the solar panels and the solar energy, but something more. They have offered us to help us out in our BVOC courses of renewable energy. Thanks to Tom George and the rest of the team who gave us fresh ideas as to how to go about it. We want you to also tell our students who are in the lower classes, to tell them there are possibilities of becoming pioneers in renewable energy through various methods, and that we are offering as a part of the education that we are going to have here. Very often when you say economic growth of a country, we speak in terms of GDP, or the gross domestic product, or the gross national product. I think countries like Bhutan, although it's a very small country, shows us that something more than gross national product is gross national happiness. Meaning to say, it is not just economic growth and social development or cultural development at any cost, but rather all this at the cost of not taking into consideration the gross national happiness. Finally, the happiness index of a country should grow, and the happiness index of a society has to grow. Only that can really make this, can save this earth and make a society worthwhile. And therefore, since you are witnessing this beautiful program here, although it is small, I suppose we all have a duty to give good publicity to this, so that many more students are inspired to take on tasks, projects, and finally they will become ambassadors of green energy. May God bless us all in this endeavor. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. Yes, we agree that the project of this magnitude has to reach every Aloysian, especially in the younger, the lower grades, so that they are able to decide and build up a career in the renewable
guest of honor, Mr. Robin Rajesh, Isha Solar Energies, Dr. Tom John, Associate Consultant for the project, Dr. Vivek K, Technical Head for the project, Engineer Mr. Rajan Menon, Mr. Stephen, other dignitaries on and off the dais, and if there are members of the press. At the very outset, I take this opportunity to congratulate the management of St. Aloysius College for having installed a solar rooftop plant of a total capacity of 605 kilowatt peak spread across 4 campuses. If I am right, I just came to know the details. This campus alone has an installed capacity of 255 kilowatt peak capacity, and I really am so proud of this institution for promoting the green campus activities. I have been visiting this campus on and off only for inspection of the electrical installation and lifts to ensure the safety aspects. And each time I visit, I get thrilled to see a plastic-free, clean campus, lot of greenery around, rainwater harvesting done in almost all the buildings. I also have seen a vermicompost plant at one corner of the playground, and there is already an existing solar rooftop PV plant. If I am not wrong, it should be some Mackey Center. And now, like the icing on the cake, the management has taken a big step in installing a solar rooftop of a considerable size, which I feel is a must for all educational institutions. No doubt, the investment on a renewable energy plant of this size would be very huge. Yet, the clean green energy generated by St. Aloysius College will go a long way in reducing India's dependence on the energy generated by the polluting thermal plants for baseloads. The solar plant, as you all know, requires very little maintenance, and this means the generation cost is almost negligible, and the cost of the entire plant should be recouped in a few years to come. Just today, this morning, I visited the Arupe block to see the installation work, and I was really stunned to see the beautiful execution of this project with importance given to all the safety aspects. I congratulate Team Isha Solar Energies for their efforts in providing the energy efficient PERC monocrystalline panels, which are totally different in technology from the conventional panels. I have also learnt that the solar models installed here are of high wattage, that is 450 watts peak each, and each panel comes with 144 cut cells. Such type of a module with high wattage is the first of its kind in Mangaluru. That is the first one here. I have done a little bit of study on the energy consumption of this campus alone during the pre-COVID period. For the last 6 months average was varying anything between 42,000 to 60,000 units per month, the consumption, electrical consumption. And now here we have a 255 kilowatt peak solar rooftop plant, and with this type of plant, I think you should be easily able to generate 40,000 or more units per month, which means self-dependence on power requirement, stable and reliable power without any fluctuations, no losses because there is no transmission, you are generating here and using here, and also contribution to the grid when the excess units are generated. However, I should point out a small drawback here. This is inevitable. The solar plant has to trip automatically when the grid fails. If the MESCOM is putting off the line for some fault, then your whole generating plant will shut off. The 605 kilowatt peak installed capacity will not generate any power. If there is a maintenance for one full day, then that day there is no power. This is as per rules, and there is nothing that can be done regarding this. And I am sorry to inform the management, because I am overlooking this. You have to also pay 20 paise generation tax to the government of Karnataka. For every unit that you generate, you will have to pay 20 paise tax. This is as per the Karnataka government rules. I would like to mention here that India is the world's first country to have set up a ministry of non-conventional energy sources in the early 1980s. Data as on September 2020 shows that 89.22 gigawatts of solar energy is already operational, and projects of 48.21 gigawatts are at various stages of implementation. We should all feel proud that the world's largest solar park of 2,255 megawatt capacity is in Rajasthan, and the world's third largest plant of 2,000 megawatt capacity is at Pavagada in Tumkur in our own Karnataka state. I would also like to mention here that I did my PU education at this renowned institution. I still remember Reverend Father Raskina and Reverend Father Leo D'Souza, who were our principals, and the kind of discipline they maintained on the campus. I can see Father here. The strong educational base and the values imbibed from the teaching faculty here have really helped me to be in a responsible position today. Of course, the students of the present day are luckier because they have better facilities on the campus, more courses to choose on, and more encouragement for the extracurricular and cultural activities, which I always observe and get thrilled during my visits here. I sincerely thank the management of St. Aloysius Institution for giving me the opportunity to be a part of this inaugural program of the solar rooftop plant and spend some beautiful moments with you all.